Hey, I'm Joshua Briscoe here for another edition of Under the Helmet, presented by Premier Volvo of Overland Park and Zero Reds. While much of the conversation around the Chiefs wide receiving group this offseason has been around former New York Giants wide receiver Kadarius Toney, especially now with his injury keeping him out, presumably through the rest of training camp, there's another former Giant who you should know more about. Let me tell you about Richie James. A former 7th-round pick from the San Francisco 49ers, it was last year in New York where Richie James really showed that he might have a little more in his toolbox than we had seen from his career previously. It was a relatively quiet, we talked about it, but a relatively quiet signing for the Chiefs this offseason. Another guy, twitchy, skilled player who could come in and maybe add a little bit to this offense, but what was his role really going to be, and how was he going to hop over Toney or some others on the depth chart? Well, to this point at training camp, he's looked really good. Toney will be unavailable for at least a little while, and that skill set that's coming from Richie James suddenly looks all the more important. You've got a second-year wide receiver in Sky Moore, rookie Rasheed Rice. A few other members of this receiving group may have another level that they can hop up. MVS is sort of the veteran, well-known option at this point, which is crazy, entering just his second year in Kansas City. But Richie James really has not only a great chance to make this roster, I'm penciling him in at this point, but he has a chance to make real impacts on game days.
Under the Helmet is presented by Premier Volvo Cars of Overland Park, the only Volvo dealership in Kansas City with the largest inventory of new 2023 Volvos in the Midwest. Premier Volvo Cars of Overland Park or at PremierVolvoCarsOverlandPark.com.